Prime Video just dropped the trailer for Fallout Season 2. And we're gonna get into it, we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna talk about it. I am gonna probably watch the show, I'm gonna be honest here, off the get-go. I'm probably gonna watch the show. I was not a big fan of the first season, and Season 2 is... I'll give it a watch just because I want to hope it's going to be better than Season 1. Anyway, we're just going to give it a watch now.
So I've seen a lot of things.
Many a tear has to fall.
Crazy things.
But it's all
Unnatural things.
in the game.
But good people? No.
That girl I met.
All in the wonderful game.
I would be a good person too if I grew up in some cozy little impenetrable home. I would have to steal and stab and fib all the goddamn time just to get by.
What exactly is it you plan on doing once we find your daddy?
Gonna bring him to justice. So people know that how they conduct themselves matters. They don't give up hope.
The stuff we fight for? Story has it you used to believe in those things too.
I've been wastelanding for 200 years. I've kept myself alive for one reason. To find my family.
Well then, you're gonna need friends. There's a war coming.
Whose voice that is?
I understand we're discussing a civil war. I must not have gotten my invitation.
Huh.
We're actually beginning to get along.
Try again.
Huh.
So this is Vegas, huh? I'd ask why my dad ran into a den of monsters, but he'd probably just tell me to shut the fudge up.
Number 17th. Alright. So yeah, that's the Fallout trailer. Now, I'm gonna be honest, like I said, I wasn't really a big fan of Fallout Season 1. Like I said, I initially did enjoy it, but it was one of those things where, like, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, okay, I don't like this nearly as much as I don't like this nearly as much as I thought I would. So, of course, there are some things in there that I do think are interesting. For example,
A war coming. There's a war coming.
that voice. I wonder what that voice is, and I wonder if that's a super mutant or something. But again, I don't know. I can't tell what that is. And then right here, we get to see Mr. House. So obviously, Mr. House won in the end. So that is the canon ending of New Vegas, apparently, which kind of annoys me. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of wish they'd stay away from the actual games and kind of tell their own story. In fact, initially when the show came out, I kind of wanted it to be a kind of anthology series. I kind of hoped that was what it was an anthology series where where the characters, like each episode tells a different story about characters throughout the wasteland. The Brotherhood of Steel, Ghoul, Vault Dwellers, Raiders, NCR. It's kind of what I initially hoped. I should have known better because, of course, they'd want to do this. And honestly, I'll say this. I agree with the whole idea that the Ghoul is the best character. Walter Goggins, he just steals the show. Absolutely steals the show. His acting is great. However, I get it. Doing a raspy voice like that for months, if not almost a year, of recording, with that raspy, ghoulish voice, it would do numbers on someone's vocal cords. So I kind of understand it, but I still kind of wish you'd hear at least some ghouls at least speak like that, people who aren't in the show very long, and say, well, reason why is because, because this is supposed to be canonical to the games. This stuff is actually canon. And, so every other ghoul in the games speaks with a ghoulish, like, raspy, worn-out voice, but Walter Goggins does not. And so I do wonder that. It's maybe he's the exception, but it seems like every ghoul in the show speaks that same way. So there's a few, like I said, I have a few complaints, concerns and all that with season 2. Like I said, I'm still going to watch it. Visual effects, the one thing that the Amazon's absolutely nailed is the visual effects. And I'm truly in awe by, like, this looks great right here. Like, Mr. House looks great. I'm not complaining about that. I know that they recasted him in the first season. The guy was, so I'm not complaining. I think he's a better choice for Mr. House anyway. And of course, we get to see a Power Fist, and we get to see not you. I don't want to see that. Not you either. I don't want to see you either. Him. Macaulay Culkin. And of course, I think he's going to be taking charge of the the Caesar's Legion. So I can't wait to see this. I'm actually kind of curious about that. And here we see Vegas, and we see, of course, that drug dealer from season 1 coming to Vegas. Here we see, of course, the Ghoul, and it looks like we have an NCR power armor here. I just realized that's an NCR power armor, not Ranger armor. That's NCR power armor. We see the Ghoul and the dog. We see an NCR power armor, and we see the guy who couldn't hit at point blank range in season 1. All together, and I kind of like the design of that power armor, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I think that looks kind of cool. I think I would love to see more up close of it, because right now this shot does look pretty good. Of course, we see a little bit more of the shoulder armor. So I do think this is Maximus fighting a Death Claw. So does he? So I am wondering, obviously, does he leave the Brotherhood of Steel for the NCR? Is what I'm wondering. And again, I still think Walter Goggins is gonna steal the show. And of course, we're getting more Vault Dweller stuff, and it looks like they're gonna be escaping the vault. And honestly, like, this is not a bad trailer. I'm just concerned about how much more lore they'll break. Because of course we see Victor in the first teaser trailer, which this is, of course, those of you who have not played New Vegas, the canonical and the ending of New Vegas where Victor lives is the Mr. House ending, and of course we see Mr. House. So that is the canonical ending. Of course, I have a lot of complaints with the show because it has broken lore, and that's an issue. And people say it hasn't, but it has. And I'm not going to throw shade at people like Oxhorn, who I absolutely love his videos. I think he's one of the best content creators around Fallout. And every time he makes videos, I absolutely love watching him. But again, I'm very much want this season to be good. I do want this to be good. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I want this to be bad, because I don't. I love Fallout. So if there's ever a chance for a show of Fallout to be good, I absolutely want that. And like there's so many things to like about the show. The acting is fine from most of the characters. I think the dialogue from Maximus is kind of, it's dull, kind of cringe at times. And Ella Purnell, Lucy, that's her name, Lucy, her acting is fine. I think her character being that naive vault dweller for the entirety of the show is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of overdone. You think by the time like she goes to like the episode where she's killing the ghouls and all that after releasing them, that she would absolutely be hardened, because she tried to do a good thing and it backfired on her, and some of them, tried to kill her, some of them fled. So, and of course, like, season 1, for example, one of my biggest complaints with season 1 was the raiders who invaded Vault 33 at the beginning of season 1, or known as the end, which is the raiders were acting like raiders, or the NCR troopers were acting like raiders, full on killing people, and just being grotesque, brutal. They were scavenging and everything, and they were acting like raiders. So I was like, why, if these are NCR troopers, why the hell would they act like raiders? I get, like, if with Vault Dwellers, like, the people like this who are so naive to the workings of the Wasteland, you don't need to be that intimidating to you don't need to go around killing people to prove that you're intimidating. You don't need to do much. Like, these people are clearly shown to be extremely naive, and most of them are goody two shoes. So you have even the slightest bit of intimidation, and you could crack them down, because most of them are also shown to be cowards. So, of course, like, there's a lot of things I have issues with the season 1, and I can go into depth with that. But again, I want season 2 to be good. I do want that. But I'm just kind of keeping my expectations in check, because season 1 was a disappointment to me. So anyway, it comes out December 17th, which is not very long away. It's, in fact, just about a month away. And like I said, I'm going to be watching it. If you guys want a review of season 1 and 2, let me know. I will do a review. I will rewatch season 1 and then do a review of it. I'm going to watch it. Again, I want this to be good. I do. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like, subscribe, comment, and share on your preferred social media platform. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, and God bless.